front court. They have no timeouts remaining.
Oh, he causes too many timeouts. That's a technical foul.
He called a timeout.
Hello, what's up, everybody? You tune in to Timeout of ADLB, and we're gonna be talking about hoops and shit. First ever episode. Thank you for tuning in. So the Clippers and the Suns just finished their series a couple of days ago. Man, I'm so ecstatic that the Clippers got their ass whooped. Because all these Clippers fans were talking shit about the Lakers when we all got eliminated. But look at you now. Look at you now. Y'all getting all mad, pushing Chris Paul from behind. Because you couldn't back it up. Talking all that shit. All that shit. And guess what? No finals for you. So, very happy for Chris Paul. Very happy for Devin Booker. Very happy for the whole Suns just in general. But Chris Paul mainly. Chris Paul had himself a crazy ass game. He had himself 41 points, 8 assists. Let me double check the stats real quick. Yeah, 41 points, 8 assists. And then DeAndre Ayton had himself a monster game as well. 16 points and 17 assists. Bro, DeAndre Ayton kind of remind me of a glass cleaning lockdown in NBA 2K in the rec league. Like, he's a big man that's just going to play his role, grab all the rebounds, and score all the points in the paints, not do too much. He's going to let Devin Booker and Chris Paul dictate the ball, dictate the tempo. He's not going to ask the ball for that much. He knows where he's at. And that's what makes the Suns a really deadly team. Because you have a big man like DeAndre Ayton. He knows his role. He knows that he's just supposed to just grab the rebounds as opposed to like somebody like Giannis Antetokounmpo, the Greek freak, the Bucks. My thing against him is that he always tries to handle the ball sometimes. When he goes down on a fast break, he has Drew Holiday and Chris Middleton on the fast break, on the outlet, just ready to get the ball, but he just pushes the ball himself. But anyway, Devin Booker had himself a solid game too. 22 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists. Devin Booker is really he's coming around now. His very first playoff, and he makes it to the finals. Bro, that's crazy. You don't see anything like that. That's real golden stuff. Mamba mentality, product of Mamba. And then Jay Crowder had himself a solid game too. 19 points just off of the bench. You need your stars like Chris Paul and Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton to score. But once you have that role player, that core piece guy that can just comes in the game and give you 14 and plus points, like Jay Crowder just did, 19 points and 5 rebounds. That's going to give your bench, your whole team, that spark to just ball their asses out. And then Michael Bridges, he's solid too. He's a good two-way player. Every time he's in the game, he always makes the timely cuts into the paint, and he helps them get easy buckets. Excuse me. So can't wait to see the Suns in the finals. The Clippers, I'm so glad that they didn't do anything. Because talking all that shit. Still in the finals for them. And then we have the Eastern Conference Finals. We're waiting on the Bucks and the Hawks series to close out. The last time the Bucks played the Bucks had a really good game. It's all tied out now. What, 2-2? Or no, 3-2. Yeah, Bucks are up 3-2. But Brooke Lopez and Bobby Portis finally used their size. Uh, this whole time, I'm just wondering when are the Bucks going to utilize their side against the Hawks? Because the Hawks, the biggest man that they have is Clint Capella, and even then, Clint Capella is not even in the game for the whole game. I think he only plays like maybe 20 minutes a game. I'll double check. See, even see the Hawks. The only big man they have is Clint Capella, and yeah, he only played 21 minutes a game. They mainly use John Collins as the big guy, and he's not even that big. He's just a power forward that will score the ball. He's a good guy to pass the ball to, like Trey Young. Trey Young needs a guy to gain assists too in the paint. Jay Jay Collins can do that shit. Um, the Hawks is still low key scary. See, I don't know who's gonna win between the Hawks or the Bucks because they're both really good. Uh, on paper, you would think Bucks have a better team. You know, they got PJ Tucker, lockdown defender. He's gonna guard the best offensive player. He'll probably guard Devin Booker in the next series if they do go to the finals. Chris Middleton, he'll get you a bucket. He can score the ball. Brooke Lopez, he can stretch the paint and he can play big. Bobby Portis, he really stepped it up. 22 points. Drew Holiday, just that whole lineup right there. They're expected to be a lockdown defending lineup, and yes, and the Hawks. You just can never know. Trey Young, if he comes back, he'll get buckets. He's always a threat to drop 30 plus points a game. And then Lou Williams, he can score 20 of himself. Little Bogey, Bogdanovich, he could catch hot too. He could score threes. So it's gonna be a really tough series, man. If the Hawks do end up winning the Eastern Conference Finals, and they go to the finals, ain't no COVID protocol, bro. They're gonna be celebrating with the fans, just like the Suns. I know y'all seen that clip of the Suns celebrating with the fans, and everybody just asking, "Oh, what about COVID protocol?" But you can't really blame them, you know. First time going to the finals in a long time, so I'll give them that. You know, we're just different. You know, Laker fans, we don't celebrate conference finals. We normally just celebrate finals. So it was just funny seeing the Suns fans celebrating it. But props to them. I'm glad you guys make it to the finals. You know, I hope you guys win the chip. Chris Paul not deserve the chip. See, how I see it is, you don't deserve a chip. You gotta earn that shit. Because everybody is saying, oh, this player is deserving that. Chris Paul deserves the most. But in the NBA, shit doesn't come that easy. You gotta earn that shit. Your whole team gotta ball out. You gotta ball up. Basketball is a team sport. So we gotta see how it goes. That would be really lit to see the Hawks versus the Suns. I don't see the Hawks beating the Bucks, but also I didn't see the Hawks beating the 76ers and they beat them. So you never know what the Hawks can do. But I think the Bucks will win. You know, I think Drew Holiday and PJ Tucker are the main pieces that they were missing. Because Chris Middleton, he can score. And of course, Giannis can score. But you need some shooters, some guy that can handle the ball well. And Drew Holiday gives you that piece that you're missing. So yeah, game 5, game 6 of the finals. I believe it's on July 5th. I see the Hawks winning that one. I don't see them losing at home. They got a really tough home crowd. It's hard. It's hard to come out there and win a game on the road because the Hawks haven't been to the playoffs in so long. But man, that's a crazy ass storyline. The Hawks and the Suns. It's been a minute since they've been in the playoff, and the very first moment that they come back in the playoff, they go to the finals. Who would ever thought that shit? Who? Definitely wasn't me. So let's go. I'm rooting for Chris Paul specifically to win a title because I grew up with him. You know, the very first 2K game I had was 2K8. And if you're a 2K fan, a big 2K fan, you know that 2K8 had Chris Paul on the cover. And it also had Lakers with Kobe and the shitty ass Lakers. But yeah, so it would be a nice story to see Chris Paul bounce back when everybody was doubting him, was calling him a washed up player, win himself a title. Same thing that happened to LeBron last year. You know, they were saying that he was all washed up, but now look at him, the wash king. So let's see Chris Paul go to the finals and hopefully win the ring. Siri, why'd you call him up? Oh, well, Siri just came out of nowhere. But it will be an epic story, right? Chris Paul beat his own team, the Clippers, that he just didn't like anymore. He had problems with them. He was supposed to bring him a title. They have big potential with Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan. On paper, everybody thought they were going to win. They never end up winning. So he beats his old former team. And then, hopefully, he wins it all in the finals. I wanted to see the Nets versus the Suns, but the Nets just got bounced out. Yeah. Thank y'all for tuning in. Make sure you watch this. Like, comment, subscribe if you on YouTube. Peace. The chocolate chip cookie. Timeout.